What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Make It and Break It. My name's Andrew, and today we continue on our workshop part of the build here in garage build land. Behind me, our CR10 is printing a prototype for a holder, a filament holder that can hold either filament out of its box in these round things, or in its box, in fact. And that's how it's originally designed. It may be too big to reasonably print, but we'll see. We'll see how well it fares once we actually get it to test. I've already failed at printing this thing a couple times due to printer errors and orientations and weird stuff like that, but we'll get her done eventually and test her out and see if it's worth making more of. But that's not the only thing we've got to work on. So we do want to get this area a little bit more organized, so we want to actually, our filament over there, we'd like to organize it a little bit and have it more than just stacked up somewhere. Have a way to sort it and organize it. So we're going to work on that, as well as we're going to get this workstation finally up and running out here. So this is, I've had it out here forever just to take the space, but in actuality, this workstation is going to host a bunch of stuff for working on here in the workshop. So it's going to host some programs to interface with our 3D printers. It's also going to be like a general use workstation out here if I need instructions, or need to look up something if I'm working here at the workbench or if I'm working over here. So we're going to put one of those out here and we'll get that started with some of this stuff. As well as over here on the workbench. So over here on the workbench side, we've got a bunch of stuff that I just had hanging out here. We've so far been putting all of our battery chargers on this side of the bench, but I need to move most of these things, other than our Dremel charger, which is sitting here behind me, out into the garage where those tools actually live, so that we can charge batteries where we use them. We got to figure out some way to store these, maybe put a little small shelving unit for batteries and other material storage over here, and get ready to put some actual fab tools up here. Don't have those yet. Those will be coming in soon, hopefully. We also want to put some stuff up here to get ourselves ready for dust producing work and things, which means we want to put some sort of just dividing curtain or something that'll keep all of this stuff over this way relatively clean compared to all this stuff if I'm grinding or whatever, and you know, separate the work area from the home storage area. So you can get something up there, and then on that same idea, we don't necessarily want, if we're running a grinder or sanding or something like that in this side of the workbench, we don't necessarily want that impacting our printer. So if we get real ambitious in this video, I don't know if we'll get to it in this video or not, I think we're going to put a small enclosure around this thing so that we can print when we're working out here on other stuff and not impact the quality of our prints, or put a bunch of stuff in there. So we're getting ambitious today. Hopefully we do some of that, and let's get to it. Alright, so update. This thing is almost done. What are we? I don't know, about 10%, 15% left, so that's only another, what, 3 or 4 hours, 5 hours, something like that. We have some organization ready to go. So this is our 3D printing area beginning to get set up. So we have shelves here to hold all of our material. Right now, actually conveniently, we can set all of our material just facing out, although that's probably not going to stay true. And then in here we keep some stuff that we access when we're prepping printers, and then we have stored printer drums, material drums, where we might need to use those for something or other, especially if we get into rolling our own filament in here. But we'll keep those around for now. There's no reason to throw them out. I realized I need an adapter. Funny thing is, I've had this monitor for years. I think I've had this monitor since college, like 2006-ish time frame. It's very, very old. It's so old, in fact. Wait, let's get this. It doesn't even have an HDMI port. That's VGA and that's DVI. So luckily, this thing can't output particularly high-res stuff, so we're not going to miss the resolution there. But I don't have the right adapters right now, so we'll revisit that here in a sec. And we've got another storage area over here. So right now we're keeping some tools, drills up top, kind of hand tools here in the middle. We've got our battery charging station here in the bottom rung, and then below that we keep our other chargers. So this is end up being like a charging station, and then I'm sure these will end up being a little bit more full once we get this fully set up and we have drill chucks and stuff like that where we might need to access on a regular basis. Next we're moving on to our dust curtain here, and I don't know if you know how expensive ceiling tracks are, which I guess given all the things I buy is not that expensive. I mean, I got a lot of money in welding carts and stuff like that, but just to get a ceiling track for like a hanging curtain or wall divider is like $120 to $140. And that's ridiculous for something like this. So we're gonna do it the Home Depot special way. You can do that pretty easy. This is some picture wire, 9 feet of picture wire. 4 eye straps. These are like Everbuilt marine eye straps. They're supposed to take a little bit of weight. A bunch of these hooks. And a welding blanket. Welding blanket's Harbor Freight special, not Home Depot, but you know, whatever. Anyway, we'll get that done here real quick and move on to the rest of our organization here. So apparently I need to read instructions a little bit better. These rings don't open, which makes it hard to put it on there. So we're gonna zip tie it up. All right. So curtains up. It's not bad. It's a little yellow, but beggars can't be choosers, especially when using stuff that you already have. So next we're gonna get this computer set up. Just hooking up things. So this is basically just a grab bag of my random electronics collection. So, you know, wireless keyboard that hopefully works. Old monitor that, actually, I forgot the adapters, hold on. Old monitor that still has to use DVI cables for some reason. We're gonna throw this over here real quick before I forget and just leave it out somewhere. And an old impulse purchase. So this is a Gigabyte Bricks something or other. This is actually the projection version, so it's got a built-in little projector on here, which is really cool. And I originally thought I was going to use it as like a backup laptop for taking on trips and downloading footage on motorcycles and motorcycle trips and stuff, but ended up not using it very much, and it just sat around. So I figured I'd use it for something. It's not super powerful. I mean, it's basically like a mini laptop, so it doesn't have a ton of power, a ton of graphics, but for working out here and just web surfing and maybe running some Octoprint on for the CR10 or whatever other printers are out here, it's really not that bad. So we're gonna get this hooked up here real quick and test it out and make sure everything works. Well, that was a little ridiculous. We did get the computer eventually up and running. Apparently the little gigabyte bricks that I had, the HDMI output is broken or not working or somehow disabled. So I had to go get a mini display port to DVI adapter to work with this old monitor. Those are not very common anymore. Anyway, this is up. We'll eventually get Octoprint, a bunch of other stuff running here. It'll kind of be our like workshop computer, look up plans, that sort of thing. So next, our Raise 3D is in there, and it's done printing some tool holders and things for out here, so that we can keep all the rest of our tools, stuff that doesn't fit really well on the shelf over here, and that we might want to access a little bit more frequently. We can keep those up here and accessible. So I'm gonna go grab those real quick and we'll come right back. Alright, so we brought our build plate out here and we nested all these things together pretty well so that we could print a couple sets, one for out here and one for in by the Raise 3D, because it also has tooling that we need to keep track of. And we've got a bunch of different pieces here, so because it's all nested together, it's on one big build plate raft. So it all comes out. The annoying part of 3D printing, tearing stuff off build plates and getting support material off. So I've printed 3 different parts here, and we'll go through them. This first one, and I actually printed 4 copies of it, we'll get some B-roll for you, is a like tooling and parts piece. It's supposed to sit up here, and you can either screw it into a wall, which is probably what I'll do inside above the Raise 3D, or you can hang it off of a little clip, like one of these things here. It's kind of the idea. Not this one though, this one's too long, something like this one down here. And you can put parts and pieces. So in this case, these are spare parts, things like extruder parts, cleaning tools, that sort of stuff. These ones here, I only printed 2 of these, and where's this? You really need needle nose pliers to do most of the work with 3D printed materials. This one is a tool holder. So this is specifically designed for needle nose pliers, which sit in something like this, and flat spatulas. These are pry tools that you use to get difficult prints off of their print beds. So occasionally you'll have a print get really stuck to a print bed and you need a little bit of help getting under an edge or a corner to start breaking it away. And that's what these little pry tools come with. So unfortunately, the way I had to print these to make it make sense, I also had to print a bunch of support material in these tiny little slots. So that's a pain to get out of. And you take these little spatula things and slide them in here. The idea being you can have one of these in here and one of these in here. Hang them behind your printer, and now you have easy access to your tool. Right? So that's a tool piece there. We've got another one here for inside. We're gonna set that off to the side here. And this final one is need this back out again, is a long tool holder. So this is where I experimented a little bit with this print on the Raise 3D. I was curious how big a circle I could get away with without using support material. As you see, I'm in here right now. There's this little overhang that I put support material because I knew this was not going to print very well on this bottom unless I put a bunch of support material there. But one thing I absolutely hate is going in the middle of a bunch of these circles and like going in here and pulling out support material. It's really annoying. So I actually didn't print any support material on the insides of these circles. The auto support generator thought I needed some right in the middle here, you know, right in here, but I didn't do that just to kind of see what happened, and the results are okay, I guess. There's some definite stringing on these bottom layers where it just air printed, and this is kind of what it looks like when you get an air print. There's just material strewn everywhere. It's really, really ugly. But it's not awful, and it's something I can deal with for this print, because this is just an interior piece and there's not a whole lot of structural nature to this print. I'm gonna finish cleaning these things up here and show you guys the final setup here. All right. So here's kind of our final setup. We have our 3D printer right here. That was a concept for a spool holder before I just decided to use the shelves. But as you can see, it's broken already, and all I did was pull it off the print bed. So there's some issues involved with that I don't think I have the time or inclination to work on. But it looks really cool, so we're leaving it there for now. Print area is set up, everything moved over. We have our new tool holders and spare parts holders and everything else up here. So we got our tools. These are our main tools, main use tools up here. These are longer tools. So you got like Allen wrench sets. This is a cleaner, some zip ties. Spare parts sitting in this miscellaneous box. And then glue sticks for that glass bed, if I ever put that back on, is sitting in that box. We have managed to get our computer set up and running. Actually, I just turned it off so that it didn't screw up some of the light, but computer is set up and running for our workshop area, and we're messing with Octoprint right now. And then back over here, our workshop area is now coming together pretty well. It's getting ready for maybe a drill press or two or something else. Yeah, we got our shelving unit set up, drill bits, a bunch of different bits and drill bits and parts and pieces and drills and a fan up there for when it gets hot. We have our charging station down here below, and everything's nice and neat. We still haven't figured out where to put that thing yet, but we did end up fixing that trolley with some brackets that we built. It'll hold up well enough, but I mean, at this point it's already compromised, so we're not going to go try and stand on it again because that worked really well. So here we are. We actually have a nice workspace that keeps all of my personal stuff from getting super dirty when we have dust producing operations, as well as makes this 3D printing area, 3D printing station very nice to work in, and we got our fabrication area starting to come together once we get some actual fabrication tools. Managed to set up our computer, so I have a computer to reference and have that available to me, which will really help when we start doing stuff where maybe I want to reference a drawing I create or a technical drawing or something like that for parts and pieces. I'll actually have that handy to me so I can just reference it and build off of those pieces. I don't have to print and then I have paper. It's really nice having a computer that can access all those things for you. We didn't get to the enclosure for this thing today, but it is on the list. It's just not that high on the list because right now this thing prints just fine for PLA. Once I figure out why this happened. But it prints just fine for PLA, and we don't have any dirt producing operations going on. And to be fair, an enclosure like the one I would want to build for this will take us all of about 45 minutes to build once you have the material. So that's a subject for another video at another time when it becomes more necessary to do so. I'm actually really happy with how everything turned out here. So I think that's going to be it for us in this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. My name's Andrew. This is Make It and Break It YouTube channel. If you like this video, hit like down below. If you have questions, comments, concerns, want to tell me I'm doing an awesome job with some of this stuff, or tell me I don't know what I'm doing, both of those are probably correct at some point or another. Hit me up in the comments down below. If you like what we're doing this channel, we do a lot of motorsports builds, motorsports related content, so car racing, motorcycles, dirt biking, all that sort of stuff, and builds along with that. Definitely check out the rest of our videos and subscribe. Again, thanks for watching, everyone. My name's Andrew, and I'll catch you guys later.